Hello everyone, welcome once again to our channel. Today I want to take us through the process of making this kaftan that has zip here. This one is a video that is going to show you how to achieve the same style with a normal zip. So without taking much of your time, let's dive straight into the tutorial for today. So what we're going to do now is that you see, after getting the center point, please, I know you can be seeing this beautiful design that is on this cloth. If you want to know how to do this, just check the channel. I think it's the last video before this. So this center line that we have now, we are going to now use that center line to guide ourselves from. Okay, so I'll turn this to the other side. From this center line, we'll measure about maybe 3.5 inches or 4 inches. I think 4 inches is okay. Then we can actually get our gator line around that side. We just get the gator line to guide ourselves. Okay, so after folding it, like from this center line to that crease line is about 4 inches. Okay, so I'm going to just iron it to get that straight line. Alright, so once that is done, okay, so you can see now this is the center line and this is the line. This is where we want to put the zipper. So now I'm going to put a little bit of hairstay just to give it strength. The line has disappeared though, so we have to do it again. Okay, so now here is the new line. We can just go ahead to measure the zipper teeth. For this is the zip I will be using for this design. Okay, I hope you can see what I'm doing clearly. Alright, so if we measure the teeth of this zipper now, is about 0.4. So normally what you will do is, since the zipper opening is 0.4, so you divide the 0.4 by 2. So half of it will fall on this side, half of it will fall on the other side of the line. You do that at one point and you do that at this other point, and then you link the two lines. That means we have 4 lines in total now. So that is two on each side. So you link the 2 lines like this. Alright, then you decide how long you want the zipper opening to be. If you want the zipper opening to be 10 inches, for example, you are going to include the sewing allowance, the hemming allowance at the edge of the fabric. You are going to include it in your measurement. So if you want the zipper opening to be 10 inches, that means you will be needing, let's say, 12 inches opening, for example, if your hemming allowance is 2 inches. So if you are needing 12 inches, so this is where 12 inches mark is. So I will extend the line down to that point. Okay, so as it is now, you can now go ahead to split it open at the center, at this center line. Then when you are about 0.5 inches away from the end here, you stop, and then you form a V shape here, like you notch it to this angle, notch it to this angle. All right, then you can turn it inwards and iron it, and go and attach your zipper to this little fabric that will be left inside here, as in the fabric you are going to fold inside is where you are going to attach your zipper to, so that the stitching allowance will not show in front. But you know, I like to do my own things differently a little, because you see this method that I just told you is very, very nice and easy to do, but there is one probability, the probability that this thing is going to, as time goes on, due to wear and tear, the folding in, which is not solid enough, might begin to, you know, start coming undone somehow. So I used to prefer to just give it a stronger finishing by turning it with either stay or another fabric. So in order for me to be able to have more fabric inside to attach my zipper to and to attach the shadow fabric to, I would like to turn it with another fabric. So to use my own method now, after getting this line, we turn it back to the front, and then this is the fabric I want to use to turn it. So I will also get a center line for this fabric. Alright, so after getting the center line like that, so the next thing would be to align it. Okay, and then I will use my pin to just hold it in place temporarily. Alright, so we are now going to repeat the process once again. We are now going to repeat that process that I told you before. So we have 0.25 inches, 0.25 of an inch on both sides. So we chalk out our measurements, that's 0.2 on both sides, and then we rule it in order to create the frame for the zip. So after ruling it out now, please go ahead to confirm your measurements. Okay, so I want the opening to be 10 inches and my hemming allowance is 2 inches. So adding 2 to 10 will give me 12. Alright, so I will measure 12 inches from the head there and mark it here. So as we can see now, we now have this frame. All right, so the next thing I will do is to go to the sewing machine and sew along this line, this frame. So I'll go and do that and come back to you. So the stitch is done. You can see it, all right? So the next thing I will do is to just iron it. The essence of ironing it is just to make it relax, okay? So we are now going to open this slit along that center line. Before we do that, let's measure about 0.4 or 0.5 from this edge here, from the end of the line where we blocked this long line. Okay, all right, so let's start our slitting. So now that we are about 0.5 inch away from the end of the line, so we are going to cut. Let me bring this close to the camera so that you can see. You see what I'm doing now? So this is one angle and this is another angle. So we are going to notch to this angle and to this angle, forming like a triangle. Okay, just as if you are doing a wet pocket. Okay, so be careful to make sure you do not break the line like the stitch, and we do that to the other side too. Practically the same process as if you are not using any fabric to turn it. The essence of just using this fabric to turn it is that it's going to give it strength, number one. Number two, you are going to have more fabric to attach your zipper and the shadow, the fabric you want to use for the shadow too. And in fact, you can even use the fabric you want to use as the shadow, the background fabric, to do this turning. Okay, so now we are going to move all this now to the wrong side of the fabric. So let's just turn this to the wrong side, and then we pull everything in and give it a good ironing. Just open up this place like this, in between this joining. You open it up and iron it as if you are ironing the seam open. Okay, and do that for the other side too. The essence of this is that it will make your ironing sharper on the other side. By the time we are still going to iron it together, okay, but it will make it sharper. And you do the same thing for the head here. Okay, so now let's turn it to the right side and see what we have now. Now, on the right side of the fabric, you can see that the joining is not showing. All right, the joining is not showing. So the next step would be to go and attach our zip. So as it is now, we'll go and attach the zip. But when we want to attach it, you are going to open this place up like this, alright, and stitch on this fabric that you used to turn the main fabric inside. So you are going to stitch on this place like this to hold the zipper down, and you, after doing that for this side, you do the same thing for this other side. You open it up like this and stitch inside, using it to hold the zipper down, so the stitches will not show in front at all. So once you do that, you will also open this other part up like this. You see this little triangle here, you are going to stitch on it, using it to hold the zipper on the edge here too. Alright, so you can now cut out this excess, you don't need it. Okay, but please, there is something I want to bring to your attention. When you are setting this zipper, remember the allowance, the hemming allowance that was added. So you are going to subtract the hemming allowance. So this zipper, the end of the zipper here, that is this where the stopper is, where the stopper of this zip is going to start exactly from where your actual length for the zip is starting. That is, if the hemming allowance is 2 inches, like me, you just measure the 2 inches and chop it a little, just tiny, so that it won't be visible to other people when you finish making the fabric. So you ensure that that stopper is on that, is just before that 2 inches mark. Okay, so you go ahead to go and stitch, so that by the time you finish and you fold this fabric, you do the hemming, the stopper is going to be at the exact edge of the hemming, and the zip can reach that side. Okay, so I hope you understand what I'm saying. So I decided to first of all lace it with hemming gum, in order for it to be easy when I want to move it around. So I have put hemming gum on this on the excess fabric of the zipper now. So I will try to use my stem to just hold it in place. Okay, so now I will set my fabric the way I want it. Okay, so just take your time. Don't allow the zipper the teeth of the zip to be too close to the fabric, so that this egg can be able to move freely. All right. So once that is done, now we are going to do the same thing for the other side of the zip, just to hold it in place. Okay, so upon using the hemming gum to hold it in place, you can see that it's already giving us the result we are going to see when we finish stitching. So we can try out what we have done by opening the zip. We see that it opens easily. So let's go ahead and stitch this now properly, because we are just only holding it with hemming gum now. So we'll go ahead and stitch it and I'll come back to you. So this is it. After fixing it, we can open and close it easily, no qualms. So the next thing we are going to do now is for us to just iron it. All right. So we can now go ahead and trim off some of the excess fabric if you want. If you don't, if you feel that the excess fabric might be useful for you, you don't need to trim it off. But if it's not going to be that useful, or if it's too much, you can trim off some of the excess. For me, I'm going to trim off some of the excess anyways. Okay, so now that is done, this is the fabric I want to use for the underlay. My intention is to ensure that the fabric I am using for this underlay matches the design that is already on this outfit, but I do not have sufficient fabric left, so I had to join like this. If you have sufficient fabric, there is no need for this. So I just had to clarify that, so that you won't think this is part of the process. So now my intention is to cover this zip, this fabric of the zip. My intention is to cover it so that it will not show at all. So I'm going to place one edge of this, align it with this edge, and then I'll go ahead and stitching the two together like this. So it's going to cover some of the fabric. So once I'm done with that, I will move this fabric this way and then align this edge with this edge and stitch straight down as well. Okay, so I will go and do that and come back to you. Okay, so I have attached the fabric. This is it here, you can see it. So the next thing is to now, you see this edge here, this end, we have to finish it. Okay, so we are going to stitch across it straight like this to cover this place. So once this place is covered, we can now give it a proper ironing. We'll go ahead to weave all these rough edges like that, and even this design here, we'll weave all the rough edges, then we iron it, and voila, we are done. So let me quickly just stitch this and come back to show you the result. So thank you. So I have finished this edge, as you can see. Now I'm going to iron it. You see, after weaving all this place. Yeah, you can go ahead to just lace this place with hemming gum, and this inside this place too with hemming gum after weaving, so that you gum it down, and that place can, you know, be firm and just lay flat. All right, so all you need to do now is to go ahead and take your time and give it a proper ironing, ensuring that all the crisp lines are well ironed out. Okay, so let's turn it to the other side and see the result of what we have done. So this is it. You can see this is the result of the work we did. All right, you can see how beautiful it is, how neat it is. So if you want to see how to finish this edge, I'm going to leave a link to the previous video in the description below, the one where I showed you how to do the same thing using an invisible zip. So I will leave the link in the description below. In that other video, I showed you the finishing and every other thing. Then maybe there is any other thing, 1 or 2 tricks you can learn from that and you can apply to this as well. So with that, I will say thank you for joining me today. Please continue to check on our channel and remember to subscribe to our channel. Please kindly leave a like on the video. So far so good, you people are not commenting. Please, I would like to hear your comments, your reviews, whatever you want to say to us. If there's anything we can do better, if there's any design you want us to help you with, please just let us know. Remember to like the video, please, and share it with your friends. It's for free. Subscription is free. Leaving a like is free. Just click on the thumbs up button. It is free. And commenting is also free. As well as the tutorial is free. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a nice day. Bye.